just talk about what you did over the course of the pandemic, the summer, whatever, to keep yourself ready, keep yourself sharp for when the season, if you guys played, when it came to your season.
Yeah. So, a big part of being a great quarterback is learning how to adjust on the fly. So, I kind of used this time and when the pandemic came, and in my house, I got a weight room down in the basement, and I really just did everything that I could with what I have, and just try to maximize um, the time that I had here. Not to sit around and just try to be productive with every day that I had. And like we talked about, I was on Zoom with coaches. I got a couple fields that are probably like 5 minutes from my house that they just keep open, and it was pretty cool. Like nobody would go, so I would just go out there on the field and work on what I needed to work on. And so it was really cool just being able to like learn how to do that, because obviously it's a really weird time. So just being able to learn how to adjust and just do everything that I possibly could to stay ready, whether that be stretching or nutrition or weight training. But it was really cool to kind of do it on my own. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got a guy, telling you what to do, but I kind of got to get in there in the lab and kind of work on what I knew I needed to work on for myself. So.
Yeah, I'll ask you, obviously, again, you're committed to South Carolina. You're going to be a college quarterback next year. And obviously the recruiting process starts really early for you guys, especially when you're like yourself, you're one of the best prospects in the country. But just talk about what are the things you've been working on throughout your entire high school career, but especially this year to get ready to make that jump to the college level. Like, what are you honed in on as far as like your game right now specifically?
Yeah. So I don't know how many people know, my story. But my high school career has been anything but ideal. I started my freshman year at Loganville High School, where my mom teaches. The program wasn't what it needed to be. Went around looking for some schools to transfer to. I found Hebron Christian Academy. Jeff Saturday, obviously the Hall of Fame center, was the head coach there at the time, and so we just fell in love with the place and fell in love with Coach Saturday, and really felt like that was where I needed to be. So I transferred to Hebron. Had a great sophomore year. Obviously, I brought a lot of college coaches in, brought a lot of attention to myself. Had an offensive coordinator. He got fired after my sophomore season. They brought in another offensive coordinator for my junior year, still under Coach Saturday. Had a really good year last year. Obviously, probably it was the best year in Hebron Christian Academy history. Coach Saturday then resigns as the head coach. The whole entire staff leaves, and we bring in a whole nother staff this year. So in 4 years, I've been to 2 different high schools. I've had 3 different head coaches, and every year I've had to learn a new offense, and literally a new offense. Like my sophomore or my freshman year, we did certain things. My sophomore year, we did signal, or we didn't do signals. We did like a wristband, and we did a full huddle. My junior year, we did kind of a sugar huddle with the linemen, and we did a little bit of signals, and now we're no huddle, all signals. So through that adversity and what I've had to learn, like learning 4 playbooks on the fly in 4 years, I feel like that's been what's prepared me the most for going into South Carolina. Because obviously college offenses, especially under Coach Bobo, I've sat in meetings with him, and I love everything that he talks about, but it's very high level. The team goes as the quarterback goes. He puts on the quarterback as much as he can handle. And so being able to learn that many offenses, it's like a language. You know what I mean? The more languages you learn, you get better at it. And you learn how to study and how to get better at all those things. So I feel like just that experience alone in my high school career, a lot of people could look at it and be like, like, why is me the woe is me mentality? But I use that as something that I know is going to help me in the future and in these next 4 years at South Carolina. So.